Hello everyone, so I'm driving to work as I always do in my car, unless I'm sitting, then, but whatever. I'm driving to work and I get off at midnight. I don't really feel like doing it, but I have to. So here we go. I was doing a bit of self-reflecting today, as I always do, and there's certain topics I think about a lot. And one of the things I think about every now and then, especially in the fall, is something I used to say a lot when I was little. And when people would ask me, how are you doing? I would always answer them, I died. And, I mean, of course, it's not just being morbid. There's like multiple reasons why I said I died, but I always wonder about the multiple reasons. And from like a sort of psychologist standpoint, it's really interesting to me that I did this as a child. And I mean, I used to, every now and then I do it again. So, but okay, so I'm going to sort of self-reflect and you're going to be there for the ride, literally and figuratively. I used to, I think, say I died partly because it was kind of funny to me, the anti-answer of, how are you good? Because, obviously, you're always supposed to answer, yes, I'm good, or yes, whatever, it's fantastic. And, I mean, if you're really over the board, I'm bubbly or whatever. I think, also, I always felt like as a child I was robbed. And I think we all did at one point in time or another. We all felt robbed as children, and as we grew up, we all felt robbed. So I guess I'm no different in that, but I always felt like I never had a childhood. I had to grow up faster. Essentially, I suppose. And then now that I finally come out being a transsexual, I always felt like I died, as in the male side of me, if ever there was one, died. Like it didn't exist at all. It was just never there, but I never told anyone. And I always wonder about that, because I don't know. And then it's very morbid to think I died and to tell someone I died. And I always like that. I'm not emo, I'm not goth or anything or whatever, but I do really like that sort of stuff. I love that sort of depressing and wear black dark clothes and doom and gloom, and life is just nothing. Hopefully none of you are thinking about suicide right now, because this isn't helping. That's just something I've always said and thought about, as I said it. This is a really good holding. I don't know why I never thought to use my left hand. So I can drive with my right and hold this with my left. Have you guys ever had that experience where your ears, they need to pop or something, and especially when you're trying to talk in a girl's voice and your ears get sort of pressurized and you need to let out pressure? Well, if you've ever scuba dived, there's a way to open your passage and to have all this stuff come out. There's another way, though. I've had it, because that looks ridiculous if you're in public and you're talking and all of a sudden you're like is something wrong with your jaw or something. So the other way I've found to do it that's really inconspicuous and just as tasty, or even more tasty I should say, is bubblegum. So I will put bubblegum on my cheek where that happens, because it always happens on my right. It never happens on my left, because my left side never gets pressurized, but my right side does. And so I put my bubblegum on that cheek and I just chew, and it literally depressurizes it over time. It's not immediately, but it helps and it keeps it down. And because, having that can be detrimental. I need to hear my voice. The voice that I hear right now, and as I'm talking, I'm sure it sounds different than when it's on camera and when anyone hears it. When you hear your own voice, you hear something completely different than what other people hear. That said, it doesn't help when you have some weird muffler on your ear or some sort of just device, whatever it is, that really changes your voice, because then it just you can't judge your voice, and unless you talk in the same voice as you always do, which I'm not, then you're up the creek. So I have to have my ear open so I can hear my voice. And if ever you have that problem, that's a good way to get rid of it, I think, is just chewing some bubblegum. I think the sky's really pretty. You want to look at it? Okay. sky. So you know how the sky is blue generally? The sky is blue, and then the sunlight that comes from the sky tints everything bluish. Now it's very slight, so you can't really see it. But as an artist, it's really good to know. And I mean, just in general, it's good to know this sort of stuff. What tints you blue and what doesn't. It's sort of like that if you run away from someone at the speed of light, then they are, and you can see them for some reason because you can see things at the speed of light, and they're going to be tinted, I think, red. I think. If they're running away from you, they're tinted blue. If they're running towards you, then they're tinted red. It's all these little weird little things. But I don't paint people at the speed of light, so I don't have to worry about that one. I wish I would make so much money if I could paint people at the speed of light. I mean, I would sell so many paintings. I was talking to someone yesterday about the whole tree thing and how the Mother Nature punched all the trees. I thought that was really funny, by the way, but in any case, I talked to someone about Mother Nature punching trees, and she agreed with me. She was like, I know. She was talking to her son, and her son's in the military, and she said that her son was coming over, and he said that you better start taking pictures just in case I get there and all the leaves are gone. Well, it happened after the rainstorm, and after Mother Nature decided to punch all the trees. So, kind of funny, though, that, she agreed with me, and she thought exactly the same thing. I'm getting pretty close to Walmart, and the light just turned green. I'm going to call this a video, as is my custom. So, this is a video, and thank you for watching.